Hey everybody, how's it going? We're back tonight with more Final Fantasy XIV. This is a more heavily, I guess, what's the term? My brain, it's not working. It's more of a narrative game. So we will probably not be having, Discord like we did on Monday. Which honestly, during Okami, I try not to have Discord either, but I was just running around. I had no idea where the hell I was going. So it was a very different kind of Okami run than normal. But yeah, how y'all doing? We're doing the things tonight. How's it going, Caboose? I do believe we just finished a dungeon last time. Okay, let's see. As I followed your deeds through history, I came across the names of a great many distinguished individuals, such as Commander Hext and Master Matoya. It's been a delight meeting them in the flesh. I heartily look forward to making the acquaintance of the rest, not least the Azure Dragoon. Yeah, buddy, about that. He's going to be quite different than you'd expect. Let's see. Brilliant minds, rapier wits, humor drier than Thanalan. Appearances aside, I'd say the two Matoyas are mere images of each other. Well then. Okay, what's up, Alphino? The Admiral's resolve, right? We need to go see the Admiral. Well then, my friends, let us return to Limsa and deliver the good news to the Admiral. A word to the officer in the Bulwark Hall should be sufficient to secure us an audience. And how fortuitous for us that our return takes us to our starting city of Limsa. Also, if you hear me take a break for, like, drinking or anything, it's because I'm not really done with dinner. I had to rush on to keep time. Hey, yo. How's it going, Raina? Thank you for the resub. Also, it's good to see that that alert works. We got the thing! And a good morning to you, too. Ah, we need to go this way. Alright. Nobody pay attention to the mostly naked guard. Or bard. There we go. Bard, that's the word. My brain is replacing letters for no reason. Anyway, here's Grahatia. Even as we speak, we are weaving a new future. And when it all becomes history, I hope those who may look back... Sorry. Yeah, wait, what? I hope that those who may follow look back with gladness. They'll probably look back on it just kind of meh. And fair enough. You gotta finish that MSQ. If you want to get to raiding, want to get to doing those maps, you gotta catch up. Okay, let's see what Alice has to say. If we offer them a means to cure their tempered, the beast tribes are far more likely to listen. Though the Admiral is not expecting us, I'm certain she'll want to hear our report. Come, let us request an audience. Oh, me and the Admiral go way back. I'm sure she'll be looking forward to seeing me. Why, Corporal Buns. Ever a welcome sight. Right, I'm only a corporal in this one. Tidings for the Admiral, you say. She is presently receiving guests. But for the Scions, I know she will make an exception. Follow me. And fair enough, doing botany when you're too tired for MSQ is always a good way to spend the time. I still need to get that team craft going. Get things working for the company ships. Oh look, a meeting that's totally relevant to us. My friends, what brings you here this day? Well, clearly not having the dialogue making sense and not speeding ahead without me. Is this true? Yes. By the Navigator. A cure for tempering. As often as I've been in awe of you Scions, I would not have thought it possible. Well, going to a completely different world, you know, we can find things. And yes, you can. You're just not supposed to. It's against TOS. So, you know, it's a hush-hush kind of deal. But we all know that the Lord and Savior Gaben does it. So, you know, just don't tell Yoshi-P. Honestly, I don't know why they don't just make a client that's compatible with Steam Deck. But they really should. It's something that would probably behoove them. That is fair. But yeah, I'm saying that's a topic that's let's just say if we ever try to become legit, that's a not stream topic when we become legit. And yet, it is, Admiral. We have done it, here in Limsa, and production of more familiars has already begun. You have my thanks, truly. This will do much to advance the cause of peace. Yet I fear it will take more to close the rift twixt man and beastman. And that is true. Bah, to even think of us divides us. Yes, it does. But you know what? Differences between peoples are a normal thing. So I don't know why they focus on it like, ah, yes, we're different races. Yeah, but you share the same landmass. Don't worry about it, Admiral. Anyways, welcome as it is. A cure will not guarantee reconciliation between our peoples. For though summoning and the tempered may serve to fuel the conflict, they are but symptoms of it. You know, I have been kind of questioning doing some kind of audiobook thing, but I don't actually know where to start with it. I honestly don't know if I have a good enough voice for it, so... I mean, if you think I do, I can probably look further into it. But yeah, it's one of those things that, like, the thought has been proposed before. I'm just not sure how one gets started with it, to be honest. If we are to resolve the primal problem once and for all, we must address the cause. We must strive for mutual understanding and find a way to leave our bloody past behind. And fair enough. I mean, that would definitely give you more expertise of the subject than I have. 'Twas I who moved the Alliance to renew its push for peace. Since our ancestors came to these shores, some 7 centuries past, we Limsans have been at odds with those we share our island home. Wait, Limsa's an island? Anyways, save for a brief moment of cooperation with the kobolds, our history has been one of nigh constant territorial squabbling. That is true. I did read The Hobbit, and then I realized The Hobbit was actually still under the copyright of the Tolkien estate, so I had to stop. But I do have the complete works of Edgar Allan Poe, and I have been kind of kicking around recording that, because I really do love the stories of Poe. Meanwhile, our struggle with the Sahagin for control over the seas has only grown fiercer. Yeah, words. Maybe I shouldn't do audiobooks with how much I trip over myself. A matter made worse by the thrice-damned calamity driving them to seek new spawning grounds. With survival at stake, each had no choice but to fight, and so I dismissed peace as impossible. Impossible is a word coined by the weak, I proclaimed to all who'd listen, and then gave up. You and yours put me to shame. Fair enough. Make sure to turn him into some random corners of Limsa that nobody goes to. Like up to the Stone of the Navigator. Because that one's just a funny place to lead people to because people forget it exists. Since you led us to victory against the Black Wolf, you have achieved the impossible again and again and again. And how's it going, Char? Welcome in. How's it going, Raiders? Oh, let me read the shout out that happened from Frosty Tools. Wait, did it do a double? I don't know if it did. Anywho, the shout out. Catacon Rose 2 is a semi-VTuber who loves trading card games. Those emotes seem to be backwards. Anywho, they're crawling out of the void to test a theory with some random card games. Expect a variety of games, but BAMES? Card games. Thanks, brain. Apparently I transposed a letter. Card games are their jam. LGBTQ plus friendly and 18 plus channel. If you haven't given Char a follow, please do give a follow. And in fact, we had tacos yesterday, Char, because it was Taco Tuesday, as decreed by the Emperor. We have been over this before. In fact, we went over this on Monday. But yeah, if you haven't given Char a follow, please do give her a follow. Always gotta support the friends and the mods, and the friends that are mods. You know, you remind me I still need to go clip the fact that I completely forgot that you referred to the Golden Throne as a golden toilet, and just kind of processed it 10 minutes later and had no idea what the context was. I still need to clip that. We did, though, get a clip of the Shirley Temple, and what was the other clip that happened? There were some funny things that stream. Also, because of that conversation, Char, I had to go into my house and look and see if we actually had any grenadine for making Shirley Temples, and we do. And here's what the grenadine comes in the two flavors of: ancient and foreboding, and old and expired. The old one is opened, the ancient one is not. Which do you think is the safer one to use? Because the ancient one is from somewhere around the 1970s. It is an old bottle. And I'm actually not quite sure if it's spoiled or not. And I don't know what happens if you drink spoiled grenadine. But I guess there's a time to find out, right? Let's make things on stream, and if I get sick, then there we go. Anyways, we're playing Shadowbringers tonight. We are in the middle of the quest line about the tempered getting untempered. And I thought it high time that I followed suit, hence my proposal to the Alliance Council. But no sooner did I reach out to our neighbors in Vilbrand than my own people sought to thwart me. You speak of the pirates who failed to attend the meeting. Aye. Acting through a friendly faction among the kobolds, we'd intended to seek an audience with the prominent patriarch. But the bloody executioners would not hear of it, and their absence sent a message to the rest. Some things get better with age, yes. But here's the thing with that, Adonis. That only accounts for alcohol that's in a cask. So, like, when people are like, ah, yes, this wine is from 1972, and it's in a glass bottle. Guess what? It does not age. It does not mature. When you put something in a glass bottle, it stops maturing. When you put whiskey in a glass bottle, it stops aging. The only time age actually accounts for anything with alcohol is when it has wood to pull flavors from. And sometimes when you have something in a cask for too long, it actually pulls out an astringency that you don't want it to have, which is why we have, like, certain years, like, you know, things age 10 years, 20 years, stuff like that. But yeah, there's your little alcohol fact for the day. And fair enough, Caboose. The orcs have entered the chat about Taco Tuesday. Now the question is, do orcs like mushrooms? Does anyone know this? Because I would assume orcs cannot enjoy mushrooms without it being considered cannibalism. Anyways, though they are but one of 3 pirate powers, they are the greatest, and any attempt at peace would founder without them. Wouldn't it be flounder? I don't think founder is the right word there. Did we find a thing that's wrong? We're taking a picture to check that later. I'm given to understand that their leader, Captain Hilfer, has been bedridden for some time with an ailment of the lungs. You know what? I can actually see that being entirely a thing an orc would do. Just be a contrarian to start a fight. That checks out. Correct. In his absence, his right hand leads. A man named Sickard. Ow! My brain! A man named Sickard, but recently risen to prominence among their ranks. Save for his disdain for authority, little is known about him. We have invited him to speak with us on more than once. We have invited him to speak with us more than once, but he will not come. I have tasked the Yellow Jackets with and the Rogues with uncovering his motives, but they have learned naught of value. You know what? Yeah, leave it to us. We're taking care of it. And that's fair. You know what? Taco Thursday does seem like an orc thing. Just to be at odds with everyone. Have more to fight. We have a nose for the truth. Whatever this Sickard wants, we'll find out. Truly, I would be much obliged. I shall look forward to hearing what you learn. Then, good luck. Okay. Easy enough. Also, hold on a second. I am just gonna take a bite of this cookie that I got with dinner. Because it is tempting me, and I want it. I am not known for my willpower. And how's it going, Cell? How's the raid been? And thank you for the lurk shade, much appreciated. Ah, screaming, so it's just that good. Speaking of raiding and screaming. Cell, have you seen the crash out? Did you see this week's famous Final Fantasy crash out about raiding? There was some absolute fucking madness going on. And honestly, it was kind of fucking funny. Okay, hold up. We're gonna try and see if we can get a thing working here. Okay, we're going not properties. Thank you for the ducks, much appreciated. Okay, interact. That's the button I want. Okay, it should be, what, 7.2 raid crash out. Okay, so it's this thing. I cannot find the actual clip. Let's see, is there a clip here? No, never mind. Anyways, check out the Xenos Vex video on it, because, this just came out, like, yesterday, so I would not feel comfortable watching it on stream. You never restream someone's stuff, like, way early. Always wait for the chance for their stuff to you know, get the natural amount of views it would get before the influx from the algorithm dies down. But yeah, look up that video. You are going to have a fantastic time watching that crash out. It is fucking hilarious. Anyways, let's find Alphino. Where'd that little shit go? Also, just would like to point out, they need pants and maybe a shirt. Just saying. Not that I'm really one to talk, because I'm usually running around in fucking high heels, fishnets, and an elephant head. But you know, I feel like that touch of the elephant head really just adds more clothing. I know not of this city, save what I've read or heard in passing. So in this matter, I will follow your lead. Ayo? What Discord? Yes, I think this might be it. Yes, that is it. That's exactly the one. Yeah. That's the right video. That's the crash out. I will post it inside my stream Discord for anyone who's curious. Oh my god, that shit was wild. I love the just in the middle of it, the crying, the I hate you. Like, my god, chill out. It's a raid. You can't be talking about, I should have been doing this tomorrow with my time off that I took to raid today because you're feeling like things are going bad. Like, come on, chill out. Oh my god, that clip exploded. Anyways. The Admiral is right. The cause of conflict needs to be addressed. We'll do what we can to ease the way. But ultimately, it falls to the Lominzans to make peace with their neighbors. My dinner is trying to make it impossible to read. My apologies. By way of a first step, I suggest we split up and make inquiries around town. Someone must know this Sickard. I would suggest checking the bars. If you could approach the pirates, Wily. The rest of us will seek out merchants and adventurers. Ah, yes, leave the dangerous people to me. I shall face them with my mighty book. And if they try to start shit with me, I'll ask them if they found Jesus. It's about the third time this week that the church has lost him. I really don't know what it is with, you know, Christians, specifically Jehovah's Witnesses. They always seem to lose Jesus, and you always have to, you know, help them find him for some reason. Excuse me, sir, have you found Jesus? No, I wasn't even looking for him. What the fuck? Why do you keep losing him? Put a fucking leash on your Messiah. For fuck's sake. Irresponsible people, I tell you. And this is why I'm not allowed to go anywhere. I can't take any questions seriously. Like, Wiley, have you filled out your documentation? Yes. Did you fill it out correctly? Well, it said sex on it, so I put yes, please. My doctor is very much not amused each time I do that. Curious about Sickard, are you? As am I, my friend. As am I. Sadly, I know nothing of the man, save that the bloody executioners experienced a marked improvement in their fortunes after his promotion. Quite how he achieved this is a matter of some debate. As you know, the thalassocracy permits us to attack only Garlean vessels. Yet, these have all but vanished from the seas since the Empire turned in upon itself. Okay. In order to adapt, we Krakens have taken to trading with the East. But the executioners are less forward-thinking. I cannot imagine they would willingly abandon the old ways. So then, how are they lining their coffers? Whatever their secret, they would not like to share it with their rivals, but mayhap you will have more luck. Well, at least that's one pirate we can talk to. Carvelian's always a very amiable chap. One of the laddest of the lads. Ow! Is it because I was talking with someone who's probably a noble, but never really been acknowledged in the story as being the missing Ishgardian noble? Did I get bonked because I'm aiding and abetting a criminal who's actually someone who's part of the fucking nobility? A fake pirate, if you will. Anyways, let's go on down to the missing member. I heard this place was a restaurant named after a Moyle had a slip of the hand. And fair enough. See? The missing member. Okay, what's up, Roswin? Huh? You want to know about Sickard? He's a wily bugger is what he is. Hey, my name's Wily. Found some clever way to make coin, they say. And traded it for, what the fuck? Moonskate's place at Old Hilferside. I think that's how it's said. Anyways. Row names are an abomination of God. Moving on. There was a time we raced to the executioners for a pick of the Empire's fleet, but the Garleans are gone, and with them, days with them. Sorry, but the Garleans are gone, and them days with them. There we go. Words. And alright, Cell, have a good time raiding. I hope you make some solid prog. Owing to which, we've all had to look for other ways to make ends meet. And with that jumped up Bildrat Sickard landing the juiciest whatever it may be. Not that we sirens are struggling, mind. We do well enough garden fishing boats from the fishbacks and other beasties. Get the first pick of the produce for our trouble. See, quality stuff at a bargain price. This we pass on to our sisters as can't sail on account of getting old or wounded. Or with child, and they cook it up and sell it for a pretty profit. Simple. Oh, I miss the old ways, don't get me wrong. But when I see the girls with their little ones, I think to myself, a life of peace and quiet ain't all that bad. I like her. If you hear how that scrawny whelp's making money, making that much coin, you tell me, alright? I'll make it worth your while. Okay. And welcome to pirate capitalism. And now, welcome to the Easter music. And moving on. I may have gone the wrong way. Yep, I did in fact go the wrong way. Big fucking rip. That's gonna be like 4 or 5 seconds of stream wasted in a loading screen. Fuck. It's okay, we get to listen to this music again. Clearly, the best music in the game. I really do enjoy that music though. I really hope they make it available in-game again instead of making us have to buy it in stores. I don't like having to buy the music scrolls from the website. I really do think it's kind of a shitty thing to do to players. Like, I'd be more okay with the monetization if it was, like, stuff that clearly didn't exist in-game, and it was, like, the only way to get it. I'm not so much a fan of repackaging stuff from old holiday content and then putting it like, oh hey, look, this is what you're gonna have to be dealing with. You're gonna have to buy it from here now. I'm not a fan of that. Walking through the city, one would never suspect it was until recently a bastion of piracy. The Admiral is to be commended for overseeing so swift a transformation. As I went about making my inquiries, I chanced upon a shop that boasted a rather enticing selection of sweetmeats. Perhaps we could take Gabu and Graha there one day. I would like to point out that Alice is grouping in Graha with the child. Alice considers Graha a child. Just pointing that out. I see everyone has returned. Now, who would like to go first? Me, because I don't speak. See? I have to play, what's the game? Pictionary? 20 questions? Charades, that's what it is. Goes to show what game I don't play at parties. Anyways. So, just as their imperial prey began to disappear, Sekard turned the executioner's fortunes around with a mysterious new source of income. Whatever it is, it's nothing to scoff at. According to the cavern keeper I spoke to, the crew have been indulging themselves as never before. No amount of drink seems to loosen their tongues as to how they are coming by their coin. Interesting. Maybe it's drugs. Hold on, I need water. Okay, sorry about that. I'm alive again. For my part, I spoke with a reporter from the Harbor Herald. The publication has been investigating the secret of the executioner's good fortune and making little headway. Ah, yes, because journalists always make progress. Good job, Graha. You wasted your time on a dead lead. Plainly, the executioners do not wish the nature of their business to be made public. And I think I might know why. In the course of making inquiries on Hawker's Alley, an interesting fact came to light. Just as the executioners began to enjoy better fortunes, the price of crystal went into sharp decline. A sudden fall in demand, I was told. Curious, I contacted Hoary Boulder, who had been watching the movements of the beast tribes, and my suspicions were proven correct. Despite ever-worsening relations between the beast tribes and the Thelathocracy, neither Titan nor Leviathan have made an appearance of late, suggesting that kobolds and Sahagin lack the means with which to summon them. Go on? Do you mean to say the executioners are divesting them of their crystals? All indications point to that conclusion, yes. Though we have no hard evidence as of yet. We must investigate further. Agreed, so how do we proceed? Oh, I have an idea about that. In fact, I have already taken the liberty of making certain provisions. We're taking the money. Okay, who's telling us what? Okay, it's going to be Alphino again. If Alphino's theory proves well-founded, it will go some way to explaining the executioner's vehement opposition to peace. Yeah, that would make sense. Do you remember how Alphino pretended to be some manner of merchant to infiltrate Yulmore? Well, I bet you 10 gil he's about to reprise the role. But of course, Alphino has the look of a man with a plan. During my inquiries, a disgruntled merchant informed me that a wholesaler of crystals had recently arrived in Limsa, offering wares at prices far undercutting the competition. Don't I know what that's like with this market board price? Huh? Sounds like somebody included game problems in the MSQ. After asking around, I was able to gain an introduction, and will shortly pose as a potential buyer in an established bid to in a bid to establish the crystal's provenance. There we go. What a sentence. The man is due to be at Oshan's embrace in Lower Lenosha shortly. I suggest we make our way there at once. Okay. And to that end, we're going back to the aft castle, which also is the name of, like, the big part of the ship in the back. And on top of that is the poop deck. Just so you know. Did you need to know about it? Probably not. But now you do. Welcome to Boats with Wily. I know very little about it, but what I do know, I will talk about boats. Because why not talk about boats? Who doesn't like boats? Also, I still think Torgal might actually be one of the best made mounts in this game. Like, look at the detail. Like, he's got more polygons than most of the armor. I don't know how to feel about that, to be honest. We also vastly overshot where we were going. It's fine. We just need to go here. Boom. Okay, what's up, Alphino? That appears to be our merchant. Wish me luck. Wait, if he truly is in league with the Bloody Executioners, he will surely be aware of those allied to the Admiral, the Scions not least of all. Compared to yours and Wily's, mine is an unfamiliar face. Let me play the role of buyer. Graha just wants to be useful. Graha is right. Even if you aren't recognized on sight, you look too genteel to be mixing in with society's underbelly. Genteel? But... very well. I leave it to you, Graha. Got business with me, Catboy. You know, I feel like that's kind of racist. You're the crystal wholesaler. That I am, but you're no merchant. So what do you want the crystals for? I am, Alisaie's just like, don't fuck it up. Yeah, there you go. Don't look at us, idiot. You'll give yourself away. Oh, I see. You're a weaponsmith, am I right? You need crystals to make staves like that fine specimen you've got there. That's right, I am indeed a weaponsmith. I bang away on the anvil all day. I use not but the finest materials. I bid you show me your wares. Well, we don't invite just anybody into our storehouses. Takes time to establish trust, you understand. Look, I have a large and urgent commission. If the quality is satisfactory, I will not quibble over the price. Alright. It's plain that's no ordinary crystal adorning your staff, so I'll make an exception. Come with me. Don't thumbs up. Idiot! Absolute idiot! Even Alisaie's disappointed. It seems to be working. Let's follow them. And Alphino is completely bewildered. And honestly, I can't blame him. And now we have the fatter cat with the Palace of the Dead music. I do enjoy this music quite a bit. But you know what I don't enjoy, though? Fucking dealing with squirrels on floor 105. One day we'll get back up there, and we will have our revenge. I am going to kill the fuck out of every goddamn squirrel in Palace of the Dead. I want you all to know this. Mark my damn words. Okay, what's up, Alice? Given how long he's spent playing the Crystal Exarch, you'd think Graha would be a better actor. Honestly, if it hadn't been for that staff. We must remember to thank Tataru. They went into that tunnel. Quietly now. Ah yes, the tunnel! We must go forward. Sally forth into danger. Well, seems like a lot of price haggling right now. You won't find any finer specimen. Especially not for the price. Indeed, I would expect to pay more than double for such quality. How could they possibly be so cheap? There's nothing unlawful about them, if that's what you're worrying. They're from Omgoro, if you take my meaning. Stuff's as pure as it gets. You won't be disappointed. So how much do you want? Feels like a drug deal, I tell ya. And we're just here, waiting. Graha's on the wire. Omgoro. Taken from the kobolds, just as we suspected. That's enough. Shut your gobs and turn around. Slowly. Well then. Pretty sure you don't want to shoot us. I'm Sickard, acting captain of the Bloody Executioners. No need to introduce yourselves. We know who you are. Scions. And we also know you've been chatting to the Admiral. Got eyes and ears everywhere, see? Comes with being the only true pirate crew left in Limsa. So we've established you ain't here to buy crystals. The question is, what are you here for? You're bold to reveal yourself to us without knowing our objective. But that would explain your swift rise to power. You have spoken plain, and so shall I return the favor. We came here to learn why the Bloody Executioners oppose the Admiral's will. And we have our answer. Should Limsa Lumensa make peace with the kobolds, you'd lose your source of your newfound wealth. That's right. Just to remind you, though, we ain't breaking any rules here. The law forbids us from attacking any vessel, not flying the Imperial flag. But it don't say nothing about beastmen. Only reason we keep our operation nice and quiet is because we don't want no one taking our business. Wait, just listen to the end, will ya? For what it's worth, I have the highest respect for you and yours. Him especially. While the Maelstrom were worrying about dirtying the fancy red clobber, you lot stormed Omgoro and battered Bleeding Titan himself. Raised a mug to you when I heard the news. And now we're following in your footsteps, making sure the beastmen never summon their stinking gods again. Practically your successors, we are. When there were still Imperial ships about, we did our bit for Limsa, and went after him. But, with the Garleans gone, there's no one left to ply our trade except the beastmen. So let us have that, eh? It's only fair. Conscientious though some may find your views. Sorry, contentious though some may find your views. It is true you have broken no laws. That being so, I see no reason why you should not state your case directly to the Admiral's face. Unless the acting captain of the only true pirate crew left in Limsa Lominsa has some other cause to hide in a cave. He's secretly Osama bin Laden. Well said. Well said indeed. Alright. I'll meet with the Admiral. I'll even provide the venue. The, Asfalicia. I trust you won't turn down the invitation? Okay, yeah, sure. Why not? Let's see it. I still can't pronounce the name of your ship, and I'm not gonna try. Though I have some passing knowledge of prior events, I'm still yet ill-qualified to meddle in Lominsan affairs, so it was not my place to argue with Sickard, as much as I would have liked to. Nay, it is for the Admiral to deal with him, and the bloody executioners both. By bringing them to the negotiating table, we have played our part. I don't know about you, but it was all I could to stop myself from punching Sickard in the smirking face whenever he opened his mouth. And we are about to go into ads, so we are going to do that real quick, and I will be right back. Let me just grab some music real quick. And we're back. Let me just turn off the music and get everything in place. And there we go. Let's see what Alphino has to say. Alphino is keen to report back to the Admiral. I'm sure he is. I thought myself the hunter, but turns out I was the prey. A timely reminder that the pirate powers of Limsa are not to be trifled with. All good, Adonis. Thank you very much for the message anyways. But all's well that ends well. Graha's timely provocation had the desired effect, and Sigurd has agreed to a meeting. Let us hurry back to Limsa and pass on his invitation to the Admiral. Okay. Just gonna be running back and forth a lot, I think. Not as many dungeons tonight. But you know what? That's fine. I did hear that apparently there was a DDoS attack on Primal. Which is unfortunate because this is, in fact, the Primal data center. I heard people were apparently DDoSing because raid, which is unfortunate. But on the bright side, it seems to have cleared up before we started, so not much for us to worry about there. I still don't really get the point of people DDoSing a server cluster, though. It's like, come on. You're not doing yourself any favors. So why bother? Are you just doing it to ruin people's times? Probably. Which, in that case, just not cool. And thank you for the ducks. Much appreciated, Char. Ow. Okay. Many ducks. Ah! Damn. Ow. Ow. My face, my head, several different parts of my neck. Yeah, and I don't know, Adonis. People just they tend to do that shit. Corporal Buns, your companions have already reported to the command room. Will you be joining them? Yes. Ow. Thank you for the ducks. Okay, let's see what's up with Graha. While we have no assurances Sigurd will be amenable to reason, there can be no compromise without discussion. That's true. Sigurd does not want for confidence, that much is plain. But I have faith in the Admiral. She has dealt with far worse. Alice, eh? The Astalesia is the very last place for such a meeting. The Admiral will be walking right into the Coral's den. I hope we don't end up regretting this. Einzar? I think that's this guy's name. I don't know. There you are. We've eagerly awaited your return. Welcome back, my friends. What news? So they've been stealing crystals from the kobolds. My thanks for solving the mystery and securing a meeting besides. Suffice it to say, I accept Sigurd's invitation, and would have you join me as my guests. The future of Limsa hangs upon the outcome of this meeting, and I would have the Scions present to bear witness. That works for me.
Look who's come crawling! Traitor!
You can shove your piece!
That one didn't really sound all that insulting. Shove the piece where?
Aboard, Admiral. I'll wager you don't remember me. Sicard, acting captain of the bloody executioners, at your service.
Why would she remember you?
'Twas kind of you to invite us. Now, if Captain Hillfear has a message for me, I bid you speak it.
We have just the one demand. That you forget this bilge about making peace with the beastmen. Ours is a nation of pirates. Always has been, always will be. Deny us our right to plunder, and you deny who we are.
Too bloody right!
Pirates till we die!
What we take!
Well then.
Piracy has no place in our future.
What'd she say?
Pirates have no place. Our nation has prospered through piracy, 'tis true. Yet it is but one part of our long and storied history. Centuries ago, our ancestors led a failed rebellion and were driven from their homes with little more than the shirts on their backs. In fear of their lives, they sailed south until they came to these shores. Finding the land occupied by kobolds, however, they were forced to turn to piracy in order to survive. And survive they did. But not so long ago, when the Empire threatened to crush everything we'd built, we set aside piracy and joined hands with our neighbors. This too was in order to survive. And survive we did. Time after time we fought the Empire, and time after time we won. And through trade with our newfound allies, we prospered more than we ever did through pillaging and plundering. The Empire teeters on the brink of collapse. Ere long, provinces like Wurlit and Bosnia and many others will regain their freedom. When they do, our matchless fleet will lead the world in a new golden age of commerce. The tides favor us, and the ocean beckons with her vast bounty. But if we cling to the old ways, This great ship we call Limsa will trade the boundless seas for a lagoon. Shall we scorn the world's wealth for a plundered pittance then?
You know, say what you will, but she gives good speeches.
Or shall we embrace change and thrive, like our ancestors before us? The choice is yours. But if we are to prosper in the coming age, the whole of Vilbrand must become our ship, and a kobold and Sahagin our crewmates.
Well then.
Rousing words. Might even be some truth in them. But pirating's all we've ever known. And we ain't about to give it up just 'cause you say so.
Alright. So what's the solution here?
Still, we're all the Mincins here and no one wants a war. So where does that leave us? Long before you became Admiral, I heard you was captain of the League of Lost Bastards. That true? If so, you'd know how we pirates settle our differences.
Oh, I think we're having ourselves a duel.
A duel. Very well. As Admiral of Limsa Laminsa, I accept your challenge.
Well then. I'm starting to like her more and more. Well, one seems a lot more smug than the other. Let's see who's gonna win. And fair enough, Adonis. You know, they're using smoothbore. I'm surprised they haven't shot anyone on the rest of the deck.
This ain't over! Not till one of us is dead! Finish the job! Or I will!
I'm calling interference.
It's the captain!
Captain Ilfir!
I suppose he has a right to step in.
Ye fool! 'Twas over afore it began.
Captain!
Seems the whelps have been yapping while their master was abed. Listen well, all of ye. Since the signing of the Galadian Accord, we all of us have been part of the same crew. The crew of the good ship Limsa Laminsa.
All right.
At the helm of that ship is the Admiral. And 'tis she who decides where we sail. Was I not clear on that point? Or did you forget whose deck you stand on? Nay? Then what in the seven hells are you playing at?
It's all we know, Captain. If we ain't pirates, what are we?
Oh, I'm sure he has an answer.
You're bloody idiots is what you are. Idiots with your own lives ahead of you.
I like this guy.
Anything you want. Be anything you want. We're pirates, aye. and we pirates love our loot. But that ain't our first love. Our first love is the sea. The sea! And what she brings us. Freedom! So hold fast to that. Let the brine-crusted husk that stands before you now be the last of them as knew naught save out of steel. And make of yourselves a new breed of pirate! Lad, I made ye me right hand cause I saw something in ye. And I still do. You have the makings of a captain. All you lack's the belief.
He's a good captain. I like him.
Well now, it seems we're of one mind after all. Apologies for the misunderstanding, Admiral. We're with ye, wherever ye be headed.
You have my thanks, Hilfir.
Now, is he supposed to be out of bed? Guess not.
Your choice of dueling pistol did not escape my notice. Good old Annihilator. Ender of many a proud pirate's voyage. Mistbeard's vanished into legend, and it won't be long before I take my rest in the depths. Yet be that as it may, the old ways can only truly die when we've dealt the Empire the telling blow.
All right.
There'll be stormy seas ahead, no doubt. But I'm trusting ye to steer us through to the other side.
You know, these cutscenes do look a lot better with the graphical update on the row. Before, they were very, very blocky, very Shrek. Ow. Thank you for the ducks. Okay, what's up, Graha? There are times when one must stand one's ground, even at the cost of failure. Sorry, even if the cost of failure is beyond reckoning. The Admiral did just that, and I have nothing but respect for her. As she continues to steer her nation through this period of transition, I pray the Navigator will see fit to fill her sails. When the discussion gave way to a duel, I feared what might unfold. Yet only a fool would underestimate the Admiral, as Sickard soon discovered. Yeah, via a fucking smoothbore musket ball going straight through his fucking leg. While I don't condone what Sickard has been doing, I know how difficult it can be to change course. Took me long enough to join the Scions, didn't it? Like Mistbeard before him, old Hilfir chose to trust the future to our nation. Of our nation to the Admiral. That was the moment, I believe, the good ship Limsa Lominsa finally embarked upon her new course. Though I had anticipated a duel, I did not foresee that Hilfir would intervene. But full glad I am he did. 'Twould have been a shame to kill the boy. God damn, she's fantastic. She's just like, I really didn't want to kill him, but I absolutely fucking would have. She's fantastic. Instead, the whelp has learned a valuable lesson, and we have made peace among ourselves. All that remains is to do likewise with our neighbors. Okay, we got options, so let's go for the crit. Let's see, Graha, anything new? Nope. Okay, what about you, Alphino? Anything new? Nope. Alice? Also no. whatever the fuck your name is. Okay. The great ship Vilbrand. Time for another cutscene. Oh, time for a cutscene I have to read. Okay. Now I need hardly tell you, but any attempt to negotiate with the tribes is doomed to fail unless their minds can first be wrested from the grip of their gods. And so, in the meeting, we seek to arrange with the kobolds. I would have you free their leader of Titan's influence. Leave it to us. We will open his ears to reason. You have my thanks. Ere we proceed, there is something you should know. Some 50 years passed when the Sahagin swarmed our halls in ever greater numbers. Limsa entered into a covenant with the kobolds. To men shall go the bounty of the sea, to kobolds shall go the bounty of the land. An ostensibly equal arrangement, conspicuously lacking in detail. Aye, inadvertently or not, the wording was ambiguous, and we took advantage of it, moving to claim the northern reaches of Lenosia, which the kobolds believed theirs. Bloodshed followed, then bloodshed to answer the bloodshed, and on it went, till every ilm of Vilbrand bore the stain of our conflict. It is not history, you understand, it is the present. Fresh and raw. And with their kindred's blood yet on our hands, we will struggle to regain the kobolds' trust, even should we cure their temper. Admiral, you speak of obstacles we are like to encounter at the meeting, but as things stand, I see no reason why the kobolds would agree to a meeting in the first place. And so we must provide a reason. I will restore their stolen crystals to them, and personally deliver the cargo along with my apologies. Bait. They would welcome us into their midst not to speak peace, but to have you at their mercy. Aye. And given the wealth of crystals we will bring, I'll wager they will attempt to summon Titan there and then. Meaning a high priest would need to be present, to whom we could administer the cure. Precisely. He is the fish I would catch. But he will not be alone. Nay, he will have guards on hand. They will lay down their lives to protect him. Yet a single death on the kobold side would jeopardize our chance at peace. And thereby venture founders. Yet it need not. What if we were to employ the Conqueror's Chain? Though we would still have to weaken the kobolds, it would allow us to subdue them without inflicting lasting harm. The artifact Mistbeard used to take goods and not life. Aye. That would serve. Well done, Marshal. So, friends, what do you think of our strategy? The effects of tempering are cumulative, and we may safely assume that the High Priest's exposure to primal influence is extensive. It will therefore take a great deal of aether to reverse its effects, not to mention time. Time during which Alisei would be defenseless. Even should we all look to her protection, I'm not convinced we could keep an entire army of kobolds at bay. Well, I'm happy to take that risk. It's not as if we have any other choice. Besides, it's what Tesseline would do, and had I not followed her example, we wouldn't even have a cure for tempering, much less a chance to bring peace to Vilbrand. So I'm going to cure the priest, or die trying. You know what? I believe in her, even though she would tell us not to do the same. What was that about sacrifices she was always saying? And I believe in you too. You and everyone. I know you'll keep me safe. It is settled then. See to your preparations, and make for Camp Overlook. We will join you there anon. And I have run out of water, which means I should probably go get some. So I'm going to take a break a little bit sooner than intended so I can go handle that. I will be right back. Sorry about that. Took a little longer than expected. Had to go deal with something while I was dealing with my water stuff. But I'm back. So let's get into things. Okay. Well, let's see. We gotta go to northern Lenosha, right? Outer Lenosha. Close enough. You know what might help? Hitting this. There we go. We are now where we need to be. Okay, let's see. Alphino's here. I have no doubt that Alice will succeed with the cure. If we can but afford her the time. And afford her the time we shall. Be under no misapprehension. The extent of the High Priest's tempering is like to exceed that of... is like to far exceed that of Gabu. No shit. But, then his was a relatively mild case. Milder indeed than the majority of those we wish to save. The coming mission will be a true test of our treatment. Well, I suppose there's only one way to deal with it. And thank you very much, Adonis. Alphino wasn't lying when he said I'd be defenseless. So I'm counting on you all to give me the time I need. Our sole purpose will be to keep you out of harm's way. So leave that to us, and focus on your own. I accidentally hit the wrong button. Indeed, and should you want for Aether, you need only say the word. Gabu, did you follow us here? There's something important I want to say to the High Priest. Express, state, say. Please, let me come with you, please. I'm sorry, but it's too dangerous. I need you to promise me that you'll stay here. Where it's safe. Alright? My apologies for the wait. It took time, but we have secured our audience. All unfolded as expected. At the mention of my returning their crystals in person, the kobolds suddenly remembered how keen they were to be reconciled. And so, in glorious spirit of cooperation, were to be received by Patriarch Zada of the Second Order, who awaits our pleasure in the navel. If you are ready, let us proceed to Umgoro Mines at once. Yeah, sure, let's go. Okay, so easiest way to get there, we use the Fat Cat. Because I'm sure they want us to go to some obscure part of the mines, right? Actually, that's not such a bad part of it. That's actually pretty easy to get to. So we just have to fly around a little bit. No matter. Well, maybe a small matter. But you know what? We'll still get there. It'll be fine. There are so many fates in this area. There we go. There it is. Okay, Graha, what's up? Alice can be forgiven a certain amount of recklessness. But if she goes so far as to contemplate sacrificing herself, I will remind her of how she responded when I thought to do the same. Not that we will let it come to that, of course. Ready when you are, my friend. I'm glad he at least finally pointed it out that she's being a little bit hypocritical here. Patriarch Zada. If the name sounds familiar, it's because he was the one who presided over the death of Gabu's parents. I tried to reach out to him that day, only for my pleas to fall upon deaf ears. But this day will be different. We will reach out together, all of us, and we will make peace with... we'll take peace in our grasp. There's nothing more to say. I'm going to do this for Gabu and Tesleen and anyone who's ever dreamed of a better future. The Conqueror's chains stand ready, but weaken your foes, and it will see them subdued. Neat. Saithright will bear us to our quarry. Should he make it to Summon Titan, as I anticipate, we will halt the ceremony and restrain him. At this, all hells will break loose, and we will have an army of kobolds to entertain till Alice's work is done. Just remember, none must die. We weaken them, and let Eisenar do the rest. Okay. It is time. Stay the course, my friends. I spy calmer waters beyond the squall. Well, let's do it! Why are there just corpses there? Is me, or did the hat get smaller? Are they the same kobolds? Are they still Gabu's parents there?
Patriarch. I am Merlwyn Lufispin, Admiral of Limsa Laminsa. I come before you to offer my sincerest apologies for the many wrongs committed by my people against you and yours.
You were foolish to come here. Stupid, unwise, foolish.
But he really doesn't like us trying to make peace.
Father shall have your souls for your folly.
Aye, just as we thought.
Now, Alice! Quickly!
You don't need to tell me!
Let none pass. We must grant her as much time as we can.
Okay, we got this. And how's it going, Munchie? How you doing? Thank you for the head pat. Okay, first we gotta summon the carbuncle. And now we gotta protect Alice. Let's do it. The girl seeks to harm the Patriarch with vile magics. Kill her, slaughter her, slay, kill.
We must protect Alice.
That's a lot of words for no real reason.
You're in my sights.
Well then, Admiral's just kind of going to town here, huh?
You're in my sights.
Well, so why are they standing over there? Is that Graha? No, it's the Marshal. Okay. Yeah, he's not doing too hot.
You're in my sights.
Okay. Buddy got the chain. Okay, that's 75%. I think we have to do another wave, right? And I am doing all right, just kind of getting my way through this. Been a little bit tired today. Okay, so I think it's Graha's time to shine.
Just what we need. You're not alone.
Well, we all stand here, I guess. And this is kind of easy.
Here in my sight.
And nice. Congratulations on the test.
Here you are, Ali.
Definitely know that feeling. And now to deal with bombs. There we go, easy. You know, something tells me I need to be standing there.
More! I need more ether!
But yeah, we're just working on this. Trying not to space out too much. I am a little bit tired today, though. I did fall asleep in the middle of the afternoon because of just how zonked I was. Yep, there's too many, and they also are far too much for me to deal with. Like, look at that. They just don't take the damage. Well then. Dude just got himself blown up. Congratulations on not needing the map. See, I didn't think I needed it. I went to watch a TV show while I was waiting for my computer to download something, and then I woke up 3 hours later. It was not my intention. I had things I actually was planning on doing. So it was actually kind of annoying to me that that happened. But, you know, that's life. Sometimes shit just happens. Oh, okay. Somebody wants to fight us. Okay, the Admiral wants to deal with it. Guess it's our time to deal with this guy. Whew. Yeah, it was not my favorite thing to wake up to. You know, like, when did I fall asleep? Not a great feeling. Might actually call it a little early tonight, to be honest. It is one of those nights. And how's it going, Classics? How you doing? Okay, now we just blow this guy up a little bit, and now we just do it further. Okay, now she just needs a little more ether, huh? Okay, here you go. Have some more ether.
Yes, this will do. Here I go.
And now we have a powered up Alice.
Go, Angela.
Okay. I think we've got our solution.
Did it work?
Oh, there's new stuff going on with Nintendo.
What?
Oh, okay. I think we solved this guy's problem.
What is the meaning of this?
Yep, he does not remember killing them.
I'm sorry, but they died by your hand. You sacrificed them to summon Titan.
Well then. I like the distortion they're doing here.
No! Why? Why would I do such a thing?
And now to deal with the fear and the trauma of having been under control of a god.
Would that there were a cure for the victims of the tempered.
Gabu! What are you doing here?
Well, he followed us against Alice's instruction.
Patriarch, please listen to me. Hear, heed, listen. The Great Father we have been summoning is false. He only hurts us and those we love. For a long time, his voice filled my mind. It told me to do terrible things. Awful, unspeakable, terrible things. But I didn't give in to it. And you mustn't either.
Ah, what a good kid.
There's been too much pain already. So please, end the suffering.
What have I done?
Aw.
We share this child's desire, Patriarch. An end to summoning, for it spells naught but misery for both our peoples. For many long years, man and kobold have feuded over territory, pillaging and perishing for the earth beneath our feet. It may be said that we fought to survive, But what we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on. I would see us set aside the past and work together for peace.
It was wrong of me to hurt my own in the name of the Great Father. Sinful, evil, wrong. But that doesn't mean there can be peace between us.
Well, looks like this guy's holding on to a grudge.
Men cannot be trusted. The bounty of the land was to be ours, and yours the bounty of the sea. But you broke the pact. Violated, breached, broke.
He does have a point.
Unready as we were, what choice had we but to call upon the divine to rid ourselves of your tyranny?
None. And I do not blame you for it. In violation of the spirit, if not the letter of the pact, we took your lands for our own. The fault lies wholly with us. On behalf of all Laminsons, I offer you my humblest apology. I pray you'll find it in your heart to accept it. Yet I know an apology alone will not serve to make things right. So, we will revise the pact to leave no room for doubt. And any who violate it shall face justice, swift and certain.
No, we won't be fooled. Not again.
Please, hear me to the end. Fleeting though it was, there was a time when man and kobold abided together in harmony, in cooperation. In those days, your people shared the secrets of smelting. Knowledge which allowed Limsa Lominsa to thrive. Much of what we have, we owe to the kobolds. And so, for the good of all who dwell on this isle, I wish to make you an offer. We will bear your people's wares to every corner of the world, and trade them in your stead. In return, we will bring you the bounty, not only of the sea, but lands both near and far. Whatever you desire, the Navigator as my witness, you shall have it.
Well, that's one proposition.
There will be no more man and beastman. Just the crew of the great ship that is Vilbrand. And together, we will share in the wealth of the world. If you'll only accept our hand in friendship.
We want to believe you. We truly do. But we believed you before and you betrayed us. Fooled, deceived, betrayed us.
Yeah, they're just not gonna let that go, are they?
Bad men, it's true. But there are also good ones. And the ones before you are the best of them. They were always kind to me. Caring, nice, kind, and I trust them with my life.
Well, that might actually help us. The child might be the one to lead the way.
Before I became Admiral, I was a pirate. I stole, I fought, I stained the sea red with blood. Such is my past, and I dare not forget it, however much I might want to.
Well then. Guess she's given an option.
That is death penalty. The pistol I used to pass judgment on my own sire when he fell thrall to Leviathan and betrayed his comrades. It's loaded. If you were to point it at my head and pull the trigger, I would most assuredly die.
Probably not a safe thing to throw a loaded firearm, but okay.
Though it isn't much, my life is the single most valuable thing I possess. If it will suffice to atone for past wrongs, take it. A single bullet to annul the old pact, and my blood to write it anew. What comes after, I entrust to this man, my second in command. I know that he will do his utmost for the happiness of all who call Vilbrand home.
Yeah, he could make for a pretty good leader. Just gonna take a picture of that. Kind of cinematic, don't you think? Remember, it's Smoothbore. He could fuck up and hit anyone. Thank you for the ducks. Much appreciated, Char. Ow. What'd I do this time? Well then. Looks like the kobold didn't want to take a life after all.
I do not trust you. Not yet. But Gaboo does. And I will trust him.
Ah, yes. Solving politics with the belief of a child. That works. A little goofy, but you know what? That works.
We want you to know that we respect your faith. There's nothing wrong with giving thanks to the land which sustains you. But summoning is different. Should you hear of anyone who would attempt it, we ask that you appeal to their better judgment, or failing that, seek our aid. We're always ready to help.
Many and more of my brethren are yet enthralled to the Great Father, just as I was. If you could free them too, I would be grateful. Appreciative, thankful, grateful.
Yeah, that seems doable. I mean, that's what you wanted to do to begin with. It's a little weird that they can make those sounds yet also speak.
Tis we who should be grateful, Patriarch. I thank you for affording us this chance.
Well, looks like we've brought peace to Limsa. Tentative as it might be. Okay, what's up, Gabu? I'm so glad we could sway the Patriarch. Convince, persuade, sway. Thank you for making it possible. Thank you. The treatment may have restored the Patriarch to his senses, but it was the Admiral and Gabu's words that touched his heart. The moment belongs to all of us, Wily. We couldn't have done it without each other. It's taken a long time, but the dream of a lasting peace with the kobolds may soon become a reality. And it is all thanks to Alice. In two separate worlds, the seeds were sown. And through the determination of two indomitable women, They have quickened into this historic moment. I feel honored to have been present to see it. The Admiral seems hell-bent on worrying me to death. But I suppose the ends justify the means. Well fought, my friend. Well fought. It would seem we have found our way forward with the kobolds. Next, we will help the Second Order free their tempered brethren from thraldom. Theirs is far from the only order, of course, but it will take no small amount of time and effort to reach the rest. But reach them we will, however long it takes. I would say that I was in your debt, but that has long been true. So instead, I will say thank you for helping us plot a new course, not only for Limsa, but all Eorzea. And there we go. I also am kind of fading, so I think we're just going to call it an hour early. I don't really want to, but in the condition I'm in, there is honestly no other way to go about it. So let's see who's on tonight. We'll also be ending stream on YouTube real quick. And then just make sure